Welcome to today's video. My name is Satwant from Digital Money Lab. If you want to learn how to accept payments faster in your company, please get in touch through the website below at digitalmoneylab.com. Today, I want to show you some examples of what I think is the start of a big future trend, which is the coming age of local and alternative currencies. The background to this topic is that many people, including myself, can clearly see that the current global monetary system is not serving most people in the best possible way. It's a great system for relatively few people in society who run large organizations such as banks, financial institutions, and large corporations. However, most people are realizing that for the rest of us, it's a game that's rigged against the average working person. Now, rather than focus on the disadvantages of the current system, I want to focus on some very early signs of what I think will be a huge trend in the next 5 to 10 years. And as I said, that's the trend of local and alternative currencies. I would preface the rest of this video by saying that I don't think this current batch of alternatives will make that much of a difference. And that's simply because presently they have some significant weaknesses. But like with any new idea or technology, it is probably the third or fourth attempt in future that will be the most likely to succeed. And what I mean by that is, if you think back to the early days of the internet, most websites were just company brochures that were typed out onto a screen. It didn't really add much value for anyone. But fast forward 20 years and the internet has transformed practically everything that we do. That's why I think it's important to be aware of these alternatives now, so that you can potentially take advantage of them when they mature and get better in future. So I'm going to show you 3 examples which will give you a glimpse into what could potentially be coming to your neighborhood within the next decade. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below if you know of any other examples, or if you've used any of them and what your experience has been. So first up, we have the Bristol Pound, which was introduced in 2009 after a group of people saw the effects of the 2008 financial crisis. The project has significance for me personally because Bristol is a city in the UK where I was born and raised. According to their website, there are currently around 2,000 businesses and individuals that use the currency in either paper or digital form. You can see here that some of the problems that this currency is trying to address include increasing the resilience of the local economy and making life better for people on lower incomes, as a few examples. There are several downsides to the Bristol Pound, which I alluded to earlier. The first one is that you can exchange one British pound for a Bristol Pound. This means that you can exchange a currency that can be used all over the UK, and in return, you have just reduced the usefulness of that currency because now you are limited to where you can spend it. Secondly, the exchange rate is linked to that of the UK pound. So anything that affects the UK pound naturally flows through to the Bristol Pound. And thirdly, there are very few businesses that accept it, which are probably linked to the first 2 points I've just made. So the second one is the Hudson Valley Current. Now, the Hudson Valley Current is being used in Kingston, New York. It is a currency that has some additional benefits over something like the Bristol Pound. It is based more around being able to trade additional things like your time, unused items or products, and appointments as a few examples. So this is more in line with what an alternative currency should offer, in that it offers more benefits than simply a monetary transaction. Again, the first downside is that the Hudson Valley Current is linked to the US dollar. Secondly, it offers less spending flexibility than something like the Bristol Pound, precisely because although it is trying not just to be a currency, there are less options to use it, as it seems to focus more heavily on non-profits and unused capacity in the local economy. If you have any further thoughts on this, I'd love to hear your comments below. Now, thirdly, we have Khurana.io. Khurana Bank is the first alternative to regular currency that I personally ever saw online. They originally launched with a blockchain-based solution which didn't catch on. However, I think it will be used in future when more people come around to the original concept. The original idea for Khurana Bank was to be a platform where people and businesses could trade in labor units. By that I mean, let's say you were an electrician and did some work for 5 hours. That 5 hours would be worth a certain amount of hours for something else that you need. An example might be that you need some repairs done to your house. A builder might say that 3 hours of his time are worth 5 hours of yours. You can then do a deal with each other for hours of time instead of currency. The benefits of this system are ideal in societies where there is low trust and lots of corruption. If people could exchange their time and skills for food, water, and medicine, as a few examples, that would improve the standard of living for many people without worrying about losing money through bribery or corruption. You can see from Khurana Bank's website that this idea didn't catch on, and they have now evolved their business to integrate blockchain payments with payroll and more traditional HR services. But I truly think that if the idea catches on over time, trading hours of time with each other is something that could benefit people all over the world in rich and poor countries. Finally, if you want to know more about some of the advantages and disadvantages of things like local currencies, I recommend reading this article from a website called resilience.org, and the link to it is in the description below. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found that information to be useful. If you want to accept payments faster in your company by making life easier for your customers, please get in touch via my website, digitalmoneylab.com, and either fill out the contact form or book a complimentary 15-minute online consultation. I'd love to discuss your current payment situation and recommend the next steps to deliver a better experience for your customers. The links to the website and social media links are coming up next. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.